Hello, Mike Cook here, and I'm happy to bring you episode 16 of Anti-Doping Updates. In this episode, we've got two great cases to talk about. One, a Kenyan middle distance runner who is charged with tampering, and second, an Australian rugby player who was sanctioned for substances of abuse. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first case is Nelly Kepkosgei. She is a middle distance runner from Kenya who now competes for Bahrain, and she is ranked 12th in the world in the 1500 and 27th in the world in the 800 meters. Nelly Kepkosgei is part of the World Athletics Registered Testing Pool, and as a member of the World Registered Testing Pool, she has to be available 1 hour each day for random drug testing. And on March 18th, 2020, the doping control officer showed up at her home for unannounced random testing. Her husband said that she wasn't at home and that she had just gone to the hospital because her sister was in a car accident. So the doping control officers remained there for the remainder of the 1 hour period and then left and filed their report. The Athletics Integrity Unit is the disciplinary unit and results management unit of World Athletics, and they investigated this case and sent a letter to Kepkosgei asking her for an explanation of her missed test, and she indicated that her sister was in a car accident on the Eldoret-Kapskabet highway, and that she had been admitted to the Kapskabet County Referral Hospital. So the Athletics Integrity Unit decided to do some investigation in this case and cooperated with Anti-Doping Association of Kenya. First, they went to the police station. They talked to the police officers there, and they indicated there was no traffic accidents on that day, no record of her Kepkosgei's sister getting in a car accident, or no accidents at all on the Kapskabet Eldoret highway during that day. Next, they went to the hospital, and let me back up. So Kepkosgei, after the Athletics Integrity Unit asked her for the explanation, they asked for some documentation, and Kepkosgei presented this discharge summary with her sister named on it and a doctor's signature on it from the hospital. So the Anti-Doping Kenya officers went to the hospital and showed them this discharge summary, and they looked at their records and found that no, there wasn't any mention of that this person, Kepkosgei's sister, was not admitted to the hospital that day. The doctor that signed it is not a doctor that works there, and the document is a forgery. So Athletics Integrity Unit wrote again to Kepkosgei indicating what they had found, that police couldn't confirm an accident, and the hospital says that the document is a forgery. With that, once confronted with that evidence, Kepkosgei admitted that she presented a forged document, and Athletics Integrity Unit issued a notice of charge, and Kepkosgei admitted to the violation. So the only thing left to determine was the amount of sanction. Ordinarily, the sanction for tampering is 4 years. However, there is a provision in the 2021 World Anti-Doping Code, and that offers a reduced sanction of 1 year if the individual promptly admits to the charge. So by the time Athletics Integrity Unit issued the charge, Kepkosgei had 20 days to admit to the charge, and she did that within those 20 days, and therefore she's eligible for a 1 year reduction of the sanction. So instead of 4 years, her sanction is down to 3 years. Okay, the next story to talk about is Brent Naden. He is a professional rugby player with the Penrith Panthers of the Australia's National Rugby League. In October of 2020, the Penrith Panthers was set to play the Melbourne Storm for the grand final, which is the national championships of that league. There was a COVID bubble for that league, for that championship match, and the night before the match, Naden admitted to, once he was confronted, admitted to leaving the COVID bubble, obtaining cocaine from someone, and using cocaine. After the match, he was drug tested and he tested positive for metabolites of cocaine. Cocaine is a prohibited substance under the World Anti-Doping Code, and it's one of those substances that's listed as a substance of abuse that offers a different sort of sanction scheme. If the individual can establish that the substance of abuse was used out of competition and not intended for a sports performance, then the individual can get a 3-month sanction. And that sanction can be further reduced down to 1 month if the individual completes an approved rehabilitation program. So that's what Brent Naden did. He established that his use of cocaine was outside of the competition, even though it was the day before, and it was not intended for a sports performance, and he attended an approved rehab program, so he only gets a 1-month sanction. However, his team did fine him 5,000 Australian dollars for breaching the COVID bubble and going outside the bubble and getting the cocaine. So that's it for anti-doping updates for this week. Let me know in the comments what you think about these 2 cases where one person gets 3 years for tampering and another person gets 1 month for using cocaine. See you next week.